And thank you for staying with us on Citizen Weekend. Time now for the governor's seat. And with me in studio is Nyandarua County Governor Daniel Waithaka Mawngi. Thank you for your time this evening, sir.
Thank you, Lydian.
Right, and the people of Nyandarua County sending in a number of questions. But perhaps before we begin, let's hear from you on what your big plan for Nyandarua County is.
Lydian, let me take this opportunity to greet the people of Nyandarua who elected me to this position and thank them for voting for me over Helmingring. When I was doing my campaign, I gave out a word on what I would do for them. And to start with, yesterday was the climax of the composition of this book, which we call the Nyandarua County Integrated Development Plan 2013-2017. And in this book, we have put all the ideas I had, all the ideas the people of Nyandarua have, and we have computed with them a very comprehensive development plan. And this will be our footprint on everything that we do. Perhaps we may move out of this in one or two things, depending on what the people actually may have in their minds as we go into the future.
So the people have a reference point at which to look at
exactly.
and say and hold you to account as having not delivered on. And what are these things that you want to prioritize on going forward?
The things I want to prioritize in Nyandarua, as per this book, are agriculture, education, tourism, and basically water and other resources that we would like to develop with them.
Right, and you touched on agriculture, and indeed the bulk of our questions coming in about agriculture. Let's begin first with milk production in the area. Farmers there are asking, it's one of the main revenue earners, and therefore what plans do you have to just, expand milk production as of now, because they feel that more needs to be done. They're selling milk in bulk, but no industries, nothing going on so far.
I think, really, and if I may if you allow me to go back into history, is Nyandarua is a new district, is a new county, totally unlike all other counties in this country. This was a creation by His Excellency, the former President, Mr. Jomo Kenyatta. When independence was granted, or was earned, or was acquired, he decided to create a new district for the people of Nyandarua. Those basically were, the majority were those who were working in white central farms, and they were all spread in various farms, and they came together. He brought them and gave them farms. They didn't have knowledge of what to do apart from farming. They didn't know where to sell. They didn't know what to do with whatever they were doing. There was pyrethrum, which was a real white gold. There was milk. There was wool. There was wheat and other agricultural crops. And
so the bulk of the population are farmers?
Are farmers, basically are all farmers. So he started the cooperative movement so that these people could be able to sell their milk in groups to KCC. They could be able to sell their wool to the wool center in Nakuru. They could sell their milk to, as I said, to KCC. And they could sell their pyrethrum or deliver their pyrethrum to the pyrethrum board. But with the time, all these collapsed, and now we are reviving them. And as we revive them, we want to ensure that we have a big factory or a major factory to process the milk from the farmers.
Do we have a time frame for when we're likely to see a milk processing plant?
I'm asking them to hold on until, say, February or March. We shall be talking.
And you touched on pyrethrum, and most of the pyrethrum farms are lying idle. This, of course, being another giant for Nyandarua. So what plans do you have in the pipeline for pyrethrum? In the pipeline,
we are talking with the national government, and we are very soon going to start a project of reviving this special crop, which is a Rio gold earner. And we hope by March, we should be able to see things moving.
And of course, as you talk, on these big plans that you have on tourism and agriculture and what have you, the people of Nyandarua are concerned that the roads are non-existent. The very poor road network and very low mileage of tarmacked roads. Somebody actually saying with no roads, there can be no development. And therefore, a number of roads quoted here. So what are your plans regarding the road network?
I agree with the people who are talking about roads. Nyandarua had very good roads initially, but they all fell on the way. But now, we are putting our budget to the tune of 1.9 billion on roads. Okay. So actually my government is going to concentrate on reviving the road network in Nyandarua. We are also going to plead with the national government and Kenya and Kera to try and give us extra bitumen roads.
Of course, this is a function of the national government, and therefore you find yourself in a tricky situation here in terms of how fast you want the works to start, when you want the works to start, when the funding will actually be given to you. So how do you tackle this?
Really, we are going to cry. And as we cry, the national government will see who cries loudest. Okay. And I believe we shall be crying the loudest because we are the highly affected people in this country. Important question here. Somebody asking about the Kirima Engineer Road, which lies between two counties, and therefore, a concern here as regards which county will be handling the development of this particular road. Kirima Engineer Road, the national government's already started working on it. Okay. So I'm asking the people concerned to hold their breath, and we will see work being done. Okay. Yeah. And then, relations between you and your county assembly, your deputy, the people asking, and there are concerns here that are coming in, that you're unable to handle an overbearing deputy and members of the county assembly. If you could respond to this, because there has been talk that there has been an issue there. I am pleading with my people that this is a non-issue. We have gone through the politics, and we stopped electioneering on 4th March. We are now in serious business. Anybody who is not doing serious business, it is the people to decide what to do with them, if there are any. But I believe I and my deputy are working together. Anybody, when we take motions to the county assembly, they are being received positively. So really,
so no issue there.
It's not an issue.
So civil servants also asking, you've launched your strategic plan for 2013 to 2017, but civil servants are now concerned, and the question that's coming in is that they lack guidance, and they're also asking about the advertisement of jobs and what lies, at stake for them, what is at stake for them, what lies in the future for them in terms of job security, in terms of advertisement of jobs.
I think the issue here is we have advertised jobs from the top, and we are going to advertise jobs right to the bottom level. And I'm requesting the civil servants to continue working as they are working. There are ministers in charge of their dockets, and they should be able to coordinate with them and follow the procedure. We are going to give everybody a chance. There will be no discrimination. All we need is an efficient civil service in the county. So we shall take those who are able to work with us, and we are not going to lay anybody off unless something happens, and that we shall seek guidance from the national government, and we are going to work together, because definitely there will be an overflow.
Right. The land issue, questions coming in regarding the land issue. Somebody saying that, and this is a question, have you actually stopped the approval of building plans, transfer of plots, development of plots only in Olkalo and not other towns in Nyandarua County?
I think the issue there is we have a problem with the plot allocation in Olkalo, and we want to clear that problem. So we are asking our people, if you have any letter of allotment, if you have any title deed, and you want your plans approved, can you come with those documents? If you have any problem, we hold back. If there's no problem, we give an okay. Otherwise, what we are going to do is to ensure that plots allocated to 2 or 3 people are problems areas. So we need to clear them so that we can have a fresh start in Olkalo. Because I think there was a problem with the town council, with the government, and when plots were being allocated, everybody went and took a plot, and the areas which were allotted a second time. So we have a real
challenge there.
Real time bomb, and we are going to clear it before we start serious development in Olkalo.
Right, Nyahururu town was built by Nyandarua farmers. This is what somebody's saying. Nyahururu town was built by Nyandarua farmers with milk, pyrethrum, and hard work, which you clearly stated before. How can you let it be taken away by Laikipia? The greatest thing you will do as governor is to bring the town back to us. And I know, of course, this is a question that puts you in a hard place, but the people want to hear from you.
I think this is an issue of history. Nyahururu was allocated to the Rift Valley region when Kenya became independent. And a similar town was Nanyuki, which was also left in Rift Valley region. A third town that was left in Rift Valley region is Naivasha. These three towns were dominated by the white settlers, and they wanted to retain them. And if you go back to history, you realize that Rift Valley region was a white settler region. But when independence came, and Kenyatta gave Nyandarua as a district, there was no town anywhere. The only town available was Nyahururu, and hence the district commissioner for Nyandarua was given his seat in Nyahururu. The person who has asked the question has left the issue of the government has developed that town with the AIE meant for Nyandarua. So I believe now that since the provincial boundaries that have been a problem, which neither Kibaki could solve, neither Moi could solve,
So
I believe now,
historical,
I believe now with the new boundaries on county governments or counties, we shall have a solution in that.
Right.
And I believe our MPs will raise this issue in the parliament.
And very quickly, as we wind up, we are pressed for time. Education coming in as a key concern from parents here. They are saying what happened. You know, we used to do very well in KCPE. We were leading 5 years, you know, in a row. And also
6 years, Lydian, or 7 years.
And so just plans in terms of education and the fact that, you know, secondary schools and even, you know, institutions of higher learning are not, you know, as visible in that county as they may be in other counties.
That is my main responsibility. I'm calling upon all the stakeholders to come together. We sit down and plan our future. We were there. We want to get back there. We got lost somewhere on the way, but definitely, Lydian, we shall be there very soon if the stakeholders go along with me.
And of course, now that Nyandarua is a breadbasket, big on agriculture, any plans to invite investors, local or even foreign investors, to come into the county and play their role in developing the county?
Now that we have drawn our roadmap in this book, we have another smaller book called Nyandarua County Investment Opportunities. I'm calling all professionals from Nyandarua in a week's time for a meeting to deliberate on opportunities for investments. After that, we shall agree to call a conference on investors with the investors, and this is the way to go.
Right.
And I'm sure we shall be there very soon.
And as we wind up, Governor Waithaka, your biggest achievements so far and 4 years from now, because the year is over, a year has gone, and people are asking, what have you guys done? What changes are we seeing? So your biggest achievements so far, number one, and going forward 4 years from now, what legacy do you plan to leave behind for the people of Nyandarua?
The first achievement, let me say, is being able to have developed this development plan. Now with this development plan, we got targets, we got routes to take, and very soon we shall be there. I do not want to disclose what we are already doing with the possible investors, because we have not reached that stage. But very soon, and very soon indeed, Lydian, we shall be talking.
Okay.
And they will hear us.
And you're, of course, feeling the pressure. There are counties that really seem to be leading in the race. You know, we're seeing, you know, big plans, you know, being launched and just really big things happening. So perhaps, you know, a bit of impatience from the people of Nyandarua.
Agreed.
And
they're about to feel that. But I'm telling them, hold your horses. We are coming.
Good, and that's a good end point there. Hold your horses, we're coming. We've just heard from Daniel Waithaka Mawngi, Governor Nyandarua County. Those are his plans for Nyandarua County. He says, hold your horses, we are coming. So therefore, really looking forward to seeing big things in Nyandarua County. And let's